So Trap is a psychological thriller movie from M. Night Shyamalan focusing on a serial killer trying to escape a trap at a Taylor Swift style music concert, and is very similar to the first season of Based on a True Story by Peacock, which I feel like nobody really knows about, but that series shows you right from the beginning who the serial killer is, and then you just get to see what happens with that guy for the rest of the series. And this film felt so much like a video game in terms of this guy speaking to loads of non-playable characters, learning more and more information, picking up and using items, some in a really horrific way. And I thought it was absolutely hilarious how M. Night Shyamalan basically used this movie to promote his daughter's singing career, as you were able to hear her singing a load of different type of songs, and they also released the accompanying album with this movie. And I thought it was interesting how it starts off in this stealth video game style, and then as it progresses it turns into a bit of a cat and mouse chase sequence crime movie. But unlike all of the other M. Night Shyamalan movies, I feel like by the end of this film it just lacked so much punch. And even though you get to see that this serial killer potentially can escape and maybe there is going to be a sequel in there, it just didn't have that shocking twist that we're used to. So let's speak about that ending. So it's revealed that his wife Rachel figured out that he's actually the butcher, as he was out on a number of different late nights. So she followed him one night and then found out that actually he is the butcher. So she somewhat implicated him and gave a bit of a clue to the FBI. Really, she is the game player here, to signal to them that the butcher is going to be at this person's concert. And so the FBI and police are now endangering all these people at this concert pretty much to figure out who the butcher is. And I thought it was an interesting reveal that the butcher has got OCD, so he really wouldn't have made this kind of a mistake, which is how he was able to put all of the clues together that actually it was Rachel setting a trap for him. And Rachel really did take the ultimate revenge on him. I mean, hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn, and so used his own pills against him that he was given to his victims to kind of make them unconscious, and this one has made him really hazy. And so he thinks that the FBI head that is speaking to him is actually his mother, as obviously she knows him so well, as she has been following this guy for so long, just not knowing who the actual person is, so can really get into his psyche. And then you think it's his OCD once again when he is putting the bike up, but actually very quickly he was able to grab one of the spokes from the bike and then use this to unlock himself with the handcuffs, and then like I said, he maybe is going to be escaping again. And in a very similar way to how Unbreakable then became a trilogy, maybe this movie is going to start off a brand new trilogy. And apart from that lead FBI agent woman, all of the other police people are shown to be incredibly incompetent in this film. When this film was playing out, I thought that the killer reveal was going to be that Lady Raven is also just as psychopathic as he is, but instead of making her really twisted and evil, they made her the super heroine of this movie and is pretty much saving the day. And then speaking of Lady Raven, there were so many sequences in this movie where this film just felt so unrealistic in terms of all these characters divulging all of this information to Cooper. I mean, if anything, it does show that Cooper is always 10 steps ahead of everybody else, and on that point, Josh Hartnett just plays this character so well. I'm so surprised that he just played his card to Lady Raven completely and was pretty much telling her everything, and was revealing to her that he's got this random guy Spencer locked up in a house, and Spencer really is a complete unknown to Lady Raven. I feel like if they were being really clever, they could have made him potentially her brother, her boyfriend. And this is why I feel like it's a little bit unrealistic, as she was just happy to do whatever Cooper wanted so long as she could save Spencer, whereas she could have easily got him caught at any moment she wanted. And I thought it was really bizarre how there's so much security in this place, yet nobody wanted to go inside the room when Cooper was going with her. And surprisingly, she didn't have any security as well in the limousine apart from the driver. I was surprised she didn't tell the driver earlier on to call the police, but I guess she was really clever in terms of grabbing his phone and then taking it to the bathroom, saving Spencer, doing a live stream, and then also texting the driver to call the police. Very lucky. I thought it was a little bit of a missed opportunity to not bring back the mother and the friend from the concert right at the end of the movie, as her frenemy was absolutely hilarious when she was getting so angry at her mother over the fact that Riley gets to be on stage with Lady Raven. I thought that a large number of the cat and mouse escaping sequences that Cooper was able to do was so unrealistic. especially the fact that he had this convenient tunnel that he was able to get into the neighbor's house and then escape all of these FBI agents, and similarly being able to escape from the limousine, yet keeping the act as if he is still in there. It did put a chill on everyone's spine though, in terms of how clever this guy is and how much he was able to get away with it all. I absolutely love the mid-credit scene in terms of that guy just being shocked that this was the person that he was helping with so much, especially telling him the secret code word that only employees should know. Obviously this would have meant that the film wouldn't have been as interesting, but I do think he could have escaped if he was at the concert, in terms of the only real incriminating evidence on him was the tattoo, which he could have covered up with makeup, or they've got these brand new fake tattoos from the gift bag. He could have used that to cover it up as well. But you know, all of that being said, this was a thrilling movie. I absolutely loved all of the video game aspects in the first half of this movie, even though I'm sure this was unintentional. But then after that, I feel like the movie did drag on a little bit, and it could have improved if it just had a bit more of a shocking ending, which I feel like M. Night Shyamalan is synonymous with. So it's a little bit bizarre and a bit of a shame that they didn't end on an absolute high, but for all of the reasons I've explained in this review, I'm going to give this film a 4 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear from you. What did you think of Trapped? Are you happy with the ending? Do you think it could have been improved? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.